Thanks to Native Hair Care for sponsoring this video, available exclusively at Target.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Taylor and Jeff. Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new here, first of all, welcome.
Yeah.
Again. Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm Jeff, that's Taylor. I don't know what you would say. We're just like a gay couple who's engaged.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah, I guess it's been a while since we've done a sit-down video and we've gotten some new subscribers, so we wanted to say hello and introduce ourselves. And so for today's video, we're actually gonna do a Q&A.
Oh, amazing.
We took to Instagram and you guys asked us some questions you wanna know. We vetted through them, picked the ones
that we feel like answering.
Yep.
And that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, and it's a wide array of questions. So you have wedding questions, you have house questions, you have relationship questions.
Yeah.
So if you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button over here in the bottom. And check out all our other videos. We just renovated our first home together. We left our New York City apartment. Yeah, we have a lot of other stuff. But today's video is gonna be an updated Q&A, questions you asked. So without further ado, I guess let's get into it. But wait, we are so lucky to have a sponsor today. Thank you, Native Hair Care, for sponsoring today's video. Native is a personal care brand available exclusively at Target. Native's mission is pretty simple. They want to empower people to use cleaner personal care products. Their products are safe, simple, and effective. So if you're looking for simple, natural hair care products, then you're gonna love Native's new hair care collection. They have scents like almond and shea, cucumber and mint, and my personal fave is the coconut and vanilla. Smells like you're on vacation. And their products are made with 10 ingredients or less, which is why I love using them. The packaging is super transparent. On the back of the packaging, it gives you all of the ingredients. It gives you the scientific name, which is very hard to pronounce, so I'm not gonna try to do that. But then next to it, it tells you what those ingredients do specifically and what their purpose in the product is. So we love the transparency. All of their products are sulfate-free, paraben-free, silicone-free, and dye-free. Their shampoos and conditioners are great because not only do they smell great and have quality ingredients, but they also serve a multitude of purposes. So whether you're looking for strengthening, moisturizing, or volumizing to add to your hair care routine, Native has it all. So again, thank you Native for sponsoring today's video. Make sure you check them out, available exclusively at your local Target and on target.com.
Amazing. Without further ado, I can tell Parker's gonna be a pest this whole video.
Be annoying!
Okay, I also don't have my glasses on, so I'm gonna have to squint.
Are you serious? Go put your glasses on because you're gonna have to squint the whole video. Go get your glasses.
You smashed them earlier.
Go get your glasses. Not fair. Not fair.
Ow!
See, it's not me. Okay, so let's get into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it.
These very juicy questions. They range from, I did not organize them in a way that would be, so you're gonna have to watch the whole video is what I'm saying. And let's get into it. Question number one, let's go.
Do you regret buying a house and planning a wedding at the same time? Good question.
Great question.
Okay, for me personally, no. I don't think it would have been a good idea if it wasn't a pandemic because we had nothing but time to allocate towards house and wedding.
Yeah.
I really think there was only like a 2-week period where we were overwhelmed because we had to make like a lot of early on decisions with the wedding and with the house, and it was like, what did we do? But other than that, I think it's been fine.
Yeah, I think the pandemic, albeit very, very horrible, was a downtime that we had more time to make decisions and time to be at home together and things like that. So would I do it again? Probably not. But am I grateful that we had the time to do both of those things during the pandemic? Yes. Don't know if that answered the question. I'm focusing on the dog pulling out all of her toys from her toy bin.
She always does it when we do this.
Okay, so I'll go. How excited are y'all for the wedding? Woo!
I'm very excited.
You don't say. I'm very excited as well. It has been a long time coming. We got engaged a year and a half ago, and yeah, now we've really got into the nitty gritty with the planning. We're finally getting some tangible things that we can make it feel more real. So now I'm getting more excited. Before I was just like, oh, this is another thing we have to make decisions about. But now that we're kind of seeing it all come into from surreal to real, it's a lot more exciting.
That's a good way to phrase it, because we had like a relatively long engagement, 1.5 years.
Yeah.
So like anything prior to this point was like figurative. Like it was like, oh yeah, I don't care. Like, but now that we're getting closer, it's like, wait, what are we serving for dinner?
Yeah.
What song are we going to walk out to? And things like that.
Yeah, so we're excited.
I'm more excited, I think.
Oh, it's competition now.
I think that's not a competition. I think I'm undeniably just more excited. I love weddings. I love events, I love gatherings, I love big productions, truckloads of this, truckloads of that, execution, planning.
What?
I love that.
What? So what are you saying about me?
I think you're excited for being...
Yeah, what am I excited about?
Like, you're excited, but...
No, yeah, I think it's great that you're finally making decisions.
Period. Amen. Period.
So we'll do that. How do you keep the spark after so much time together?
Ooh. I'll answer. I think we do a good job. Something that we've learned during the pandemic is that we like make it a point to set aside time for just us doing something or not doing anything, and that's like sacred time.
Yeah, I agree. I will say, with the pandemic, we've been together a lot, but we've also been very busy with house renovation, with the wedding, and so the spark is still there. We just haven't had a lot of time to like nurture it, but it's still there. So I'm excited for the wedding, but I really am excited for it to be over, simply because that means we don't have really anything huge projects to plan, so we can finally like date again. I want to sit down at dinner and the wedding or the house not get brought up in the planning process of it.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The real answer is try to set dedicated time aside to be off your phones, not talk about work, not talk about things that, don't keep that spark going.
Spark. How do you see the future individually and collectively as a couple?
So individually, I feel like I see it myself. I don't know. I can't honestly look past like 4 days at a time, which is great. I'm living in the moment. It's hard. It's hard to think of yourself individually, like what we will do, because we're gonna be.
I don't picture my life without you, so. Individually, I see it's hard with work. Like, I don't know if I'm like living in New Jersey, commuting to the city for work, or if I do a complete 180 and become, a real estate mogul in New Jersey.
Oh.
Or like maybe owning a candy store.
The options are truly endless.
Bakery. I don't know. Individually, I see myself being some type of dad.
I think that goes for collectively as too.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say.
Yeah. Next question. I admire you and Jeff. Oh, wait, no. I admire you, period. You and Jeff are amazing together. What do you like to do in your free time? I like to play tennis, play the piano, sing, dance around like a fool, cook, bake, break, and shake.
Yeah, is that even legal?
Not another word!
Yeah, that checks out. I like to do anything really outside. I love gardening. I love doing stuff around the house, like photography, keeping the yard in check, mulching, planting, irrigation. Really
working out.
Yeah, I love going to the gym. What are the best and worst parts of home ownership?
Okay, I have the worst, I think.
Oh.
The worst part, which like you don't think about, is I guess the anxiety of like things not being the way you want.
That is mine as well. Like, for example, the grass. So the biggest thing with home ownership is you've created this, or at least with the renovation, I'm sure home ownership is the same, but ours is more like owning a home that we just renovated, is we put all this like blood, sweat, tears, and money into these certain things. For example, one of them being the grass. And so Are we overwatering the grass? Are we underwatering the grass? Why is that part of the grass turning yellow? Why are the flowers wilting? Is the irrigation not working right? Like why are our tomato leaves spot like that? When you put your heart,
Why is my basil dying?
right, when you put your heart into it and a lot of money, you have expectations, and when life happens and sometimes things happen, it sucks to watch, and it is very anxiety inducing. It's like having a baby. I think. I don't know.
I think I'll care about the baby more than I care about the grass.
I hope so.
This is a wild guess, but.
I hope so.
What is something you love that the other really dislikes? Jeez, these are getting.
Sushi. You don't really like sushi.
I don't like the taste of seaweed, but I enjoy the sushi. I enjoy the rice and fish part, except the eel. I don't like eel.
Oh, were you thinking something more like intense? Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest.
What is something that you really love that I really dislike?
My idea is like, if I like wanted to like really relax, like I'd be like, oh, let's go get a massage or something.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Taylor doesn't like doing that.
Yeah, I don't like to sit still. I like to be doing stuff. That's a good one. Good job. How do you guys react when other people flirt with your partner?
Honestly, they have good taste.
Tastes like salmon.
I take it back.
It doesn't bother me. I could, like, obviously. How could you not? I hate to say that, but...
Yeah,
Are we being too casual about this? I don't think so.
No, because I think we both know like what we have. Like,
Yeah.
like I know you're not gonna.
Yeah, I think we have
Like-
we have a lot of trust in each other in our relationship to where it doesn't bother us.
Right. It's like, oh, cute. Taylor's getting hit on.
Right.
Good taste. The taste.
It's a taste for me. Favorite quirks about each other. You go first.
Okay, I like how Taylor. I like when like we're like watching TV at night on the couch or something, and he'll be like, "Hey, do you want some cereal?" And like I know he might as well have just asked me like, "Can you go get me some cereal?"
That's not. Last night I got it myself. Actually, you got it yourself
And then you took it away from me.
because I needed to go make a bowl of cereal. Bowl of cereal. My favorite quirk about you is the singing and dancing at any time and no matter the place or occasion. Funeral, wedding, bar mitzvah.
You get it for free. How does moving in together change a relationship?
Ooh, good question. I think it's hard to say. Obviously, there's not a right or wrong answer. Every person is going to be different. But I thought it really, like, our relationship got a lot better once we were living together.
It's the next stage. You learn more about each other quicker.
Yeah, it's like the first time you're like creating a life together, because it's like not just your bed anymore, it's someone else's bed. So do you make the bed? Should you make the bed? Are we gonna make the bed together? Are you gonna clean up the bathroom? Are you gonna you know what I mean? It's just like all the things that you do alone, now there's shared responsibility and people who have different ideas of those things. Mm-hmm. And that's the first time you really experience that on like a full throttle scale.
I think it can either really accelerate a relationship or decelerate if it goes poorly and if you're not on the same page about what you said.
Morning or night person?
Night, but since dating Taylor, I've become more of a morning person. That you know that is true.
No. You've become more of a morning person, but you're still a night person.
Correct. Thank you for
And
the
I am a
clarification.
morning person, and I still go to bed at 10 o'clock.
When did you know he was your soulmate?
He? When did you know?
I knew the night we met.
Yeah. I think it's obviously hindsight is 2020, so everything is like not tainted, but everything is like seen through my current view of you. But my personality is very yes or no in everything, and so I think I probably knew from like our first interaction. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have.
Me too. Yeah.
So from the get-go. What do you love most about each other?
My favorite thing about you? That's like asking me my favorite food. I can name some.
Okay.
Your drive.
Okay.
The way you take care of the dog in the house. when you're in like your giddy moods, those are my favorite. Those are like finding gold. I always have a good time with that. Your sense of adventure and your eyes.
Really? Nice. I think what do I love most about you? I love that you are a lot of things that I am not, which is patient. You just see things less seriously than me, which I admire, and something that I could probably be better at. And I love how much you like care for your family and your friends.
Cute. Cute. What is your favorite current TV series? 1, 2, 3, Mare of Easttown.
Yeah, we just finished Mare of Easttown on HBO, and holy bleep, it was wow. Mare of Easttown, Lupin.
How do you say it?
That's how they say it in the movie or in the show.
Paulson.
But Mare of Easttown is a literal must-watch. It's worth paying whatever it costs for HBO. Are you still in love as the first time you said it to each other? Yeah, I think more.
This is one great question and also a funny question because for me personally, it's like a different kind of love.
Yeah.
Like my love for you now is
How much deeper?
deeper than.
How deep is your love?
I really need you now. Yeah, I mean,
Wait, what is that?
How deep is your love? I really need to know.
What is that?
'Cause we're living in a world of
What is that
things,
from?
breaking it down. Different because like now like I see how you take care of Parker, so like it's like a deeper kind of love rather than just like I love you.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. As much love as you were the first time. Yeah. More.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
What characteristics in the other do you wish you had in yourself?
Taylor's really good at like talking to contractors when something goes wrong.
You don't have to use a specific example.
Oh,
That's called
Taylor's
being-
better at conflict than me.
Okay, also a bad way to put it, but I'm more assertive, and I stand up for what's right. You are just again more patient with everything, and I wish I had that.
Does being so public affect your relationship? I mean, I don't know. We also like we choose what to be public with our relationship. Let me finish. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know if you were gonna have a strong like argument against that or something.
I'm gonna wait for you to finish.
We choose what to share, so we have control of that. It's not like there's paparazzi like celebrities have to deal with.
I would say 1,000,000% yes. It is a very weird thing to grasp that these people that will never actually know us on like in our intentions and our deepest, truest selves. Like we can only show so much, and we choose to show as much as we want. But it really affects me more so maybe than you is when people, usually because I'm the one that's getting attacked, when people give their input on our relationship or what they think is good or bad for us or for you or for me, and then they give their input, and when those comments are amplified or said over and over again, then I develop a complex of, am I a mean person? Am I nice enough? Am I this? Am I that? And I know the content that we put out does help people, and because we get the comments, we get the messages of whatever, and that's what keeps us going. But with that, there also comes a slew of negative comments or people giving
Just putting yourself out there,
Yeah.
and letting people critique you and your relationship
So,
and things like that.
I always tell Jeff it's a very weird thing to be open and subject yourself every single day to scrutiny from people who will never fully know you or your intentions and only judge you and your relationship off of a couple of minutes. And I guess that's just on me for being sensitive to it. But yeah, I would say anytime you have scrutiny on that kind of level, it can have an effect.
Yeah.
So just be nice to people, and if you don't agree with things, If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Because at the end of the day, we have a lot going on behind the scenes, and we know, where we are and where we stand and what our intentions are, and so that's what's most important.
Yes.
Jeff loves theater, obviously, but what are Taylor's favorite musicals?
I'll answer for you.
That's okay. I would say my favorite music from a musical, like an album that I listen to all the time, is Dear Evan Hansen. Okay, I don't need that. My favorite feeling, the show that's made me feel the most. What? Beetlejuice?
Go ahead.
It's Waitress.
Oh.
Thank you. And then my favorite production of a show is Beetlejuice. I also love A Play That Goes Wrong. I've seen it 3 times.
That was fun.
Those are my favorite shows. Ooh, this is a good one. Define partnership. 2 people living their lives individually, together, or going from 2 lives into 1. I think it's a mix of both.
I agree.
Because I always say, I want you to do what you want to do, what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, yes, we are a pair, but at the end of the day, we are our own individuals.
At the end of the day.
Man, I missed that. At the end of the day, we are our own individuals, and I think in order for us to be happy together, we have to make sure we're happy as individuals. So as far as our partnership, I think we both are supportive of each other to do what the other person feels is best for them.
It's a Venn diagram.
Yes, that's actually really good. Good job. Do you agree, or what are your...
I completely agree. I think in order to be successful, you have to be successful independently, individually, before you can love someone else.
How the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
So I think, you have to be secure and confident on your own before you can give that to someone else. And the same goes with your lifestyle and individualism.
And I think keeping that up throughout your relationship, because once you start putting all your pressure on the other person to bring you happiness and joy and satisfaction, that's a lot of pressure. I would crumble under the pressure of trying to be your sole source of everything, and vice versa. Are you nervous for the wedding day?
I think I will be, I think I will be a lot. Not for making a wrong decision or something, just everything going off without a hitch.
Yeah, same. That's mine too.
I think I and we are such entertainers and love entertaining. I'm gonna be going around to people's steak and being like, is it hot? Is it warm? Is it cooked right?
And
Send it back.
I'm very much are you having fun? Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
I'm nervous that I'm not nervous about anything. I'm just nervous that I want it to go well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you deal with anxiety as a couple? How do you help each other? We talked about this recently, what we need from each other when one of us is feeling anxious or sad or something.
We're going through it.
Yeah. And I think at the end of the day, that's the most important tidbit here is knowing what the other person needs when they're feeling that way.
Yeah, so being transparent with each other about
I'm feeling this way.
Yeah.
And the other person knowing how they can help and if they need help at all or if they want help.
Yeah. I think it's all about transparency. I think our relationship is grounded a lot in being very open and honest with each other about pretty much everything and saying it as we are going through it. But I think having those conversations, probably have those conversations before you get to a point where you're having an anxiety attack or you're feeling panicked. Say, hey, I have a tendency to get anxious during these times, and here's how I act. I shut down, or I get really cranky, or whatever, and here's the best way to deal with me during that. Because we struggled a lot when I was feeling anxious or down or whatever. Jeff would try to comfort me in ways that he thought would be good, and it didn't work. And so we had a bigger conversation about what works for each other, and then now we know how to deal with those things.
We do.
Okay.
What are the biggest things you have learned from being together? I have learned that not everyone is like me.
Oh my god, that's the first time I've ever heard you say that.
Well, it's the first time someone asked. Taylor has a different mind than me and a way of thinking and different...
I'm so proud of you for saying this.
Thanks. Anyway, and it's just important to keep that in mind that like if I think something was one way, that he might not because of numerous ways. His upbringing, his Sagittariusness, his whatever it may be, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It just is important to understand why the other person's feeling a certain way and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And that's that on that.
Yeah, sort of in the same realm. I think for me, what I've learned is it doesn't matter what your intentions are. It matters how, I mean, your intentions are important, but how someone perceives something is probably of greater importance, because even if your intentions were pure or lighthearted or funny or whatever, if you're hurt, then I'm in the wrong, you know? So I think it's because I grew up differently and I communicated differently with my friends and family, I have a way and a tendency to communicate that way with new people. And like you said, we are different. We have very different upbringings. And so sometimes we rub each other the wrong way, and that's okay. As long as we talk about it and we talk through it, and at the end of the conversation, we have a better understanding of what our intentions were and
What we meant.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what your intentions are, if you hurt somebody, that deserves an apology, and then a bigger conversation of what your intentions were, just so you can better understand each other. Because at the end of the day, understanding one another is the most important.
Amen. Do you ever get scared you haven't done enough for your age so far? No, because I learned acting, like when I was acting growing up, that like everyone's on their own path and journey, and like if we're talking in the realm of acting, like someone might have like their big break or like a lot of success in their dad era when they're 45 and not when they're 18. So like everyone's on their own journey, that you can't compare yourself to others. It's so cliche, but it really is true.
Comparison is the root of all evil.
Yeah, and I feel, confident with like I'm where I'm meant to be.
Yeah, I feel very good about everything that I've managed to accomplish in such a short period of time. I think I do obviously have those feelings of what am I doing? I don't have it figured out yet. Like, so don't get me wrong, I definitely don't feel like I know that I'm in a good spot, but I definitely still have those feelings of, I feel like by 27 I'm supposed to know what's gonna happen in 5 years, or know like what my passions are or whatever, and I've sort of kind of like let all that go because it's always evolving and I'm never gonna know for sure what the next step is, and you kind of just have to go with it. This is getting like really intense. I love to see it.
I have one last question for you.
Okay, you have it.
Have you started your wedding vows yet?
In my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this a new development?
No.
When did you start?
Probably before I even proposed to you. What do you mean?
Give him a little taste.
Thanks for watching. We will see you. No, I'm just gonna
Give him a little taste.
Is that supposed to hurt me? Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope if you're new here, you learned a little bit more about us. And if you've been around the block for a while, I hope you stuck around to hear all of this again. So
if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell, subscribe button, share it with a friend, leave us a comment, and that's it, right?
And we'll see you in the next video. So thank you for being here, and see you next time.